Welcome once again in our past examination series. In today's video, we are going to solve Mathematics Paper 4 2025 Final Examination. Number 1. It's here. At a conference, delegates were asked to choose one type of meat for their lunch. The pie chart represents the number of delegates we choose the different types of meat. Now on pork, we have 2x. On beef, we have 120 degrees. On mutton, we have 3x degrees. Now find the percentage of the delegate that did not choose pork. So now, what we are going to do here, we are going to solve this question by first finding the value of x. And then once we get the value of x, we are then going to say the people that chose pork, or rather the sector angle for pork is going to be 2x degrees. Now as a percentage, it's going to be over 360 degrees multiplied by 100. So now the first thing to do here is to first find the value of x. So to find the value of x, we are going to add all the angles there and equate them to 360. So the 2x degrees plus 3x degrees plus 120 degrees is equals to 360. These two are giving me a 5x plus 120 degrees is equals to 360. Now subtract the 120 on both sides. You are getting that the 5x is now equals to, let's calculate, 120, sorry, it's 360 minus 120 to give me 240. Divide this by 5, divide this by 5. Now this one is cancelled. X is equals to 240 divided by 5, which is 48 degrees. So now for pork, we have a 2 times 48 over 360 degrees multiplied by 100. So this is going to give me, let's use our calculator, fraction first, 2 into 48 over and this is giving me 26.666666 recurring. That's the percentage of the people that liked pork. Now let's go back to the question. The question says find the percentage of the delegates that did not choose pork. So you need to recall now here, well, that was a tricky part of this question. So the delegates, or rather the probability of not choosing pork is equals to 1 minus the probability of choosing pork. So now because we're talking percentage here, we'll use 100 here. So this is 100 minus the 26.666 recurring like that. And now this is going to give us 100 minus the answer. It's giving me 73.3 recurring. Now correct to 3. significant figures, the answer is going to be 73.3%. Next question. Let's move to question number B. So now for question number B, a group of 60 people were asked the type of music they liked between Kwaito and Amapiano. Now the Venn diagram shows the results. This is the Venn diagram. Out of the 60 people, we have these 20. Now can you guess what this 20 means? Well, that's correct. 20 people did not choose any of the given type of music. Now, which means the rest out of 60, if I take out this 20, I'm left with 40, which means inside here I must have a total of 40 people. Now, I've been told here that the total number, this 25 here, can you guess what it represents? It's inside K but outside A. It means that it's K only. This is the number of people that chose Kwaito only. This one's choice Kwaito only. That's Kwaito only. This one they did not choose any. Now, how many people are missing? That's the number of people that chose Amapiano and Kwaito. So they are going inside there. So to find that those number of people, we should say the 40 minus 25, which is going to give you 15, which means inside here we have a total of 15 people. Now here is the question. Find the fraction of the people that did not like Kwaito music. So the number of people that did not like Kwaito music. So outside K we have 20. So that's 20 over the total number of people there, 60. And this can be simplified to 1 over 3. Now next question, liked Amapiano music inside the A circle only. Inside A is 15. So that's 15 over 60. This simplifies to 1 over 4. Next question, it's question number 2. Alright, let's fill in the information. Now, from the first statement here, we are told that 53 could speak English, which means on the circle A, this circle here, this one, the total number of people going inside there should be 53, which means we have a few people remaining here. How many are those? Let's bring in our calculator. What we already have there, it's 7 plus 6 plus 29, and this gives me a total of 42. Now from 53 subtract 42, which means here I'm now left with 53 minus the 42, and this is going to give me 11, which means here I'm having a total of 11 people there. The next statement there, which is this one, say 12 could speak French and Portuguese. French and Portuguese. This part here, French and Portuguese. Total of 12. Already 7 are inside. The remaining it's 5, because 5 plus 7 is 12. So here I'm having a total of 5 people. Now from the last statement, this one, we have 50 wholly speak neither French nor English. So the 50 people can speak Portuguese because they can't speak French or English. So they can speak Portuguese or any other language that was not mentioned here. So now, since they cannot speak English, it means they are outside of this circle, and French, so A is also they are outside. So it's only this part here and the people outside all the circles. So to get a total of 50, how many are left from 42? It's only a total of 8 people, which means here I'm having a total of 8 people. Now let's go into the equation. The first one was requiring us to complete the Venn diagram, which is what we've just did. And then the next question here, find the number of tourists who could speak exactly one of the 3 languages. It means that we are going to look where the circles are not overlapping with anyone. So it's the first part, it's this one here, this part. So these people can only speak French. These people can only speak English. These people can only speak Portuguese. So the total number that can speak exactly one language is 20 plus 42 plus 29. Let's use our calculator for that. 20 plus 42 plus 29. It's a total of 91 people. Next question. 2 of the languages. 2 of the languages. So now 2 circles must be overlapping. This part here, this circle is not overlapping. Then this part here, the 5, it's F and P. This part with 7, it's all 3 circles. This part with 11, it's F and E. Now this part here with 6, it's P and E. So the total that can speak 2 language, it's this plus this plus this. So it's 5 plus 11 plus 6. So 5 plus 11, it's 16 plus 6, that's 22. So this is a total of 22. Question number C. Find the number of people in P. So in P, we have 5 plus 7 plus 6 plus 42. So this is going to give us the answer. Let's choose our calculator. 5 plus 7 plus 6 plus 42. The total is 60. So this one is 60. Next question. The number of people in F union P intersecting A. Not F union P intersecting A. F union P. What is F union P? It's this circle combined with this one. So basically it's this whole part here excluding the 29. Now it says outside there is that complement there. So it's either the 29 or the 8 there. So this one is 29 and 8. Now we are told that this one should be intersecting A. So what is A? A has 11, 29, 7 and 6, like that. So what's common is this guy here. So the answer is 20, 29. Not sure if that was clear. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 3. Solve for x. Number 1, we are solving a quadratic equation. To solve a quadratic equation, it's simple. Make it to be equals to 0 first, which means take everything to one side. These two x should go that side, so that we have 5x squared. If these two crosses, it becomes negative 2x is equals to 0. Now from this step, you can use quadratic formula, you can factorize, you can complete this, anyone that is friendly to you. So for this question, it seems like factorization is a friendly solution. So to factorize, let's take out the common factor. So the common factor between these two terms is x into, if you take out x here, you are left with 5x minus. And then if you take out x there, you are left with 2 is equals to 0. Then equating each of the factors to 0. This guy equals to 0, or this guy so you have your x is equals to 0. If you take this 2 to the other side, 5x is equals to positive 2 over 5 over 5. This one is gone, so your x is 0 or 2 over 5. Take all the 3 marks there. This question, it's a linear inequality. So to solve a linear inequality, the variable must be on one side and then the constant on the other side. So first things first, take this 3 to the other sides, plus 3 plus 3. Then your 2x is equals to 20 over 2 over 2. I've committed a foul here. Don't change, don't change, don't change. This should be the inequality there. This cancels that. Then you are left with x being less than 20 divided by 2 is 10. That's the answer. X is less than 10. Should be 1 mark this one. Anyways, 3 marks. Rearrange this equation to make R the subject. Now let's first interpret what type of an equation we are dealing with here. The new subject is appearing on 2 terms. So what's the trick? So if the new subject is appearing on 2 terms, we need to bring both terms on one side and factorize the new subject. So now, first things first, we don't like dealing with denominators. Multiply every term by 5. So the 3r equals to 7 minus r minus w over 5. Multiply this term by 5. Multiply this term by 5. Multiply this term by 5. So 3r times 5 gives me 15. R is equals to, this is 7 times 5, which is 35. And then minus this and this are cancelled. Don't forget to put brackets here, otherwise you will have a problem. Then 15r is equals to 35 minus r. Then the negative 1 here multiplied by the negative w gives you a positive w. Take this r to the side, you will have a 15r plus r is equals to 35 minus, plus w. Then this is now 16. R is equals to 35 plus W. Divide both sides by the 16. Then you have your R being equals to 35 plus W all over 16. Take all the 3 marks there. Next question. Simple about X packets of sweets and Y packets of nuts. So here we are dealing with sweets and nuts. Start there. Now she paid. We are trying to extract the given information. She paid 2 emalangeni for each sweet, for each packet of sweet, and then 3 emalangeni for each packet of nut. Now she paid a total of 54. Now it seems like there's something we missed here. Simple bought, so the number she bought X sweets and Y packet of nuts 4. So if we were to form an equation there, let's say this, if you bought 2 sweets, is 2 times the cost of each. So in this case it's X, so it's X times, so it's 2X plus this one is 3. Y is equals to 54. This is our equation 1. Next, solved. So this one is the amount he's receiving now. Each packet of sweet for 2 emalangeni 50 cents. And then nuts she sold each for 350. Similarly, for this one, she got a total of 65. So forming an equation for this, we have 250 plus 350y is equals to 65. This is the second equation. So this one, it's 5 over 2. This one is 3. 7 over 2 equals to 65. So if we were to multiply this one by, just to get rid of the fraction first, just get rid of the fraction, multiply it throughout by 2, we are getting 5x plus 7y is equals to, this times 2 is 120, 130, that's 130. Now let's bring in this one so that we can compare. 2x plus 3y is equals to 54. Now we need to, can use elimination here. Let's try using elimination and try to eliminate x. So it means here we need to make this one to become 10, because the LCM between 2 and 5 is 10. So to get 10 for this here, for this term, we should multiply this equation by 2. And similarly, to get 10 here, you should multiply this equation by 5. And then after doing that, we are going to get, maybe let's write here, this one. It's going to give me 2 times 5, that's 10x, plus 2 times 7, that's 14y. That is equals to 2 times 130, that's 260. Then the next one, 5 times 2, that's 10x, plus 5 times 3, that's 15y. This is equals to 54 times 3. Sorry, 54 times 5 is 270. Then let's subtract. This minus this, it's 0. 14 minus 15, that's negative y. This is equals to 260 minus 270, adding that's 10. Negative 10, divide by negative 1, both sides. Then you have that your y is equals to 10. How about x? X is 2 times 2x plus 3y. That's 10. This is equals to 54. So minus 30. Minus 30. This is gone. Then your 2x is equal to 54 minus 30. It's 20. 24 over 2 over 2. Then your x is equals to 12. So x is 12, y is 10. Just like that. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 4. Now on question number 4, we are dealing with functions. Let's deal with the functions here. Now you're having f of t, it's 5t minus 19. G of t is 2t plus 3. Evaluate the nf inverse G3, which means we need to first find the inverse of f. So to find the inverse of f, first replace f with y, 5t minus 19. Next, swap y and x. In our case, x is t, so we are swapping y and t. We're having t is equals to 5y minus 19. Then from the make y the subject, that's plus 19 plus 19. Then you 5y is equals to t plus 19 over 5. So the inverse is now equals to t plus 19 over 5. Now we can evaluate what we were required. First, find G3. So the G of 3 is equals to 2 times 3 plus 3. The answer is 6 plus 3, it's 9. Now, so the F inverse of 9, this is equals to 9 plus 19 over 5. And then the answer is going to be 9 plus 19 is 28 over 5. So this is 28 over 5. Which is 5.6. That's the answer there. Now find G into half t minus 6. So where there is x in the function of g, put half t minus 6. So G of half t minus 6 is equals to 2 multiplied by half t minus 6 plus the 3 there. Then 2 times half is 1, then I'm left with t here. 2 times 6, that's a minus 12 plus 3. So this is giving me t minus 9. So this is t minus 9. Now the next question is saying we should solve for g of half t squared minus 9 now. So let's first evaluate that, but then this is equals to, there is a square there. There should be this square equals, but then let's just go step by step. So g into half t minus 6 is equals to 2 into half t squared minus 6. So this is t squared minus, because 2 times half t squared is that's t squared. 2 times negative 6, that's a negative 12. Then the plus 3 there. So this is now t squared minus 9. And then we are solving it being equals to 0. So factorize the difference of two squares here. Factorize the difference of two squares. We're having t minus 3 times t plus 3 equals to 0. So t plus 3 is equals to 0. T minus 3 is equal, which means that t is equals to plus minus 3. Next question, question number 5. We are given a question on probability. First, we need to draw a possibility space. That is a table that rather shows the outcomes for. Now let's try to draw the possibility space. We are told that we have 5 identical cards from 2 bags. Bag A having the cards with the label BLACEK, that's black, and then from bag B we have green. The 5 cards, each one is labeled G, the other one R, the other 2 it's E, and N. Now let's try to draw the possibility space for that. Let's say this side we have our bag A, and then this side we have our bag B. Now from back A, we have the letters black. So it's B, it's L, A, C, K. Now the other one, this side you have the letters G, R, A, and N. So the outcomes is going to be black, green. This is the outcome. L, G, A, G, C, G. Now we are required to extract the information from our possibility space. Number one, we are required to find the probability that both cards shows vowels, which means from the two cards we are expecting the letters A, E, I, O, U. Those are vowels. Now let's check. From this side, the only vowel we have is this one. So it's A together with E. That's the first outcome, which shows both cards with vowels. The second one, still you having A and E. And then we have a total of 2 out of how many outcomes there? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 5, that's 25. The next one is requiring us to, the outcome is L and a consonant. Consonant is the non-vowels. All the letters from the alphabet excluding the vowels, those are consonants. Now let's check L and G. This is a consonant, so this is the first outcome. L and R, this is a consonant, so this is the second outcome. L and E, this is a vowel, that's not what we are looking for. Still, this is a vowel, that's not what. And this one, it's a consonant. It's a total of 3 out of the total number of 25. Let's move on to the next question, which is a question on transformations. M is a transformation represented by that matrix. R is rotation about the origin with angle 90 degrees. Now E is an enlargement with the center 0, 0 and scale factor of -2. Now the questions: draw the transformation R from triangle A, which means rotate triangle A about 0, 0 with 90 degrees clockwise. You want to do a rotation on this triangle about the center 0, 0 with an angle of 90 degrees. It's not a big deal. So let's try this method of rotation without using a tracing paper. So what we are going to do, ask yourself, if I rotate this along this 0, 0 for 90 degrees clockwise, which means I'm going that direction, which quadrant am I landing into? I'm going to land into this quadrant. So to find the rotation there, this is how you're going to do it. Extract the coordinates of the vertices of this triangle. So for example, this coordinate is -5, 2. So for rotation, you just swap these coordinates and ignore the signs. It's going to be 2, 5. Now in this quadrant, what's the sign for x? X is positive. For y, y is positive. So that's the correct answer, which means this point is going to go to 2, 5. It's coming up there. Let's look at another one. This one That's negative 5, comma 4. So if that's negative 5, comma 4, what is going to be our answer? Swap the coordinates. We have 4, comma 5. Then let's look at the signs. This side x is positive, similarly y is, so we leave it like that, which means this one negative 5, 4 is going to 4, 5, 4, comma 5. It's this point here. Then the last point is this one here, that's negative 1, comma 3. So negative 1, comma 3. Where does it go to? Swap 3, comma 1. The signs positive, positive. So it's okay like that. Then there is 3, comma 1. And as a result, this is the image here. Like that. Let's try another method for using a matrix. So first things first, we are going to find the matrix for rotation. So the matrix for rotation, starting from the identity matrix, it's 1, 0, 0, 1. So this one as a coordinate, it's 1, comma 0. Now, if I rotate the point 1, comma 0, it's this point, about this center for 90 degrees clockwise, it's going to come here. So this one is going to be 0, negative 1. Now this point here, it's 0, comma 1. This one. Now 0, comma 1, where is that? This is here. Rotate this about this center 90 degrees clockwise. So it's coming there. It becomes 1, comma 0. Now let's write this as a matrix. It will be 0, minus 1, and 1, 0, like that. Now that's the matrix. So from this matrix, take the vertices of the triangle. Here are the vertices, we already extracted them. The first one was negative 5, comma 2, followed by negative 5, comma 4, followed by negative 1, comma 3. Let's just multiply these two matrices, this times that. So it's 5 multiplied by, it's 0 times negative 5, that's 0, plus 1 times 2, it's 2. 0 plus 4, that's 4. 0 plus 3, that's 3. And then the bottom one, negative 1 times negative 5, it's positive 5. Negative 1 times negative 5, that's positive 5, comma 0 times 4, that's 0. So 5 plus 0 is just 5. Negative 1 times negative 1 plus 0 times 3, that's positive 1. So as you can see, this is the coordinate 2, comma 5. This is the coordinate 4, comma 5. The last one is the coordinate 3, comma, which is the same thing we got from right there, which means this is our image of rotation. So maybe let's label this one RA. The next transformation, it's this one here, EMA. So we are first going to find transformation M on triangle A. First, it's MA. So M is the matrix there. 1, 0, 0, negative 1. Now let's extract the vertices of triangle A. Already did that there. Maybe let's redo it for those who didn't see it. So this one, it's negative 1, negative 5, comma 2, negative 5, comma 2. Next one, negative 5 comma 3. Sorry, negative 5 comma 4. The next one it's negative 1 comma 3. Like that. Let's just multiply out. This is 1 times negative 5. It will give me negative 5 plus 0 times 2 is 0. So it's negative 5. This one it's negative 5. This one it's negative 1. Now let's multiply the bottom. This times 0 is 0 plus negative 2. Negative 1 times 2, that's negative 2. 0, 5, that's 0. Plus negative 1 times 4, it's negative 4. 0 times negative 1, that's 0. Plus negative 1 times 3, that's a negative 3. Now let's plot this triangle. Negative 5, it's negative 5 comma negative 2. Negative 5 comma negative 2, it's here. And then we have negative 5 comma negative 4. Negative 5 comma negative 4, it's there. And also we have negative 1 comma negative 3, it's there. So basically that's the triangle there. Well, I'm using freehand here to save time. So this one is MA. Remember, this is not our final. We want E into this one now. So now transformation E, it's an enlargement. So E, this one is an enlargement by the scale factor negative 2. So for an enlargement, it's not a big problem. We know the matrix for enlargement. It's A, 0, 0, A. Where your A is the scale factor. That means that we are now dealing with a transformation defined by negative 2, 0, 0, negative 2. Let's extract the vertices of the triangle in question. Now, the triangle in question, so this one, we're having negative 5, negative 2. Which basically it's this one here. Negative 5, 4, negative 1, negative 3. Let's multiply out here. So this, the 2 is going to multiply only this one because this plus zeros. So this is negative 2 times negative 5, that's a 10. That's a 10. And the next one is a 2. On the bottom, there's 0. And then the negative 2 is going to multiply only the bottom part. So negative 2 times negative 2, 4, 8. And then negative 2 times negative 3, that's a positive 6. So this is our outcome now. Let's go and plot that. Let's try to plot. It's 10, 4, 10, 4. It's here. Next, we're having 10, 8, 10, 8, it's over there. And then the last one, it's 2, 6, it's here. Then let's throw this one like that. And there you go. That's the E M A. That's the transformation. Let's move on to the next question. Now you are required to describe fully the single transformation that maps A onto B. A onto B. A onto B, same size and same orientation. These two are the same inside, equal inside, and they are facing the same direction, which means it's just a translation. From A to B, this point corresponds to this one. So from here, let's move horizontally first. So we're going this direction, 1 unit, and then up it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is 4 units. So this is negative because we're going back, and up it's positive. So basically this one is translation by vector. What's the translation vector there? It's -1, 4, like that. T varies inversely as the square of V. The table shows the corresponding values of V and T. Form an equation in T and V. Now, the trick around these questions, variation, for you to form the equation. So T is inversely proportional to V squared. That's the first statement. Now let's write this as an equation. It's going to be T is now equals to a constant K over V squared. I hope that's clear. This is the state proportionality statement. Now this is an equation. Now from this equation, we need to extract a complete combination from this, which is 2 and 250. When V is 2, so this is K over 2 squared. T is 250. Solve for K. So this is 250 is equals to K over 4 multiply by 4 multiply by 4. K is equals to 1000. Now what was the question? Form an equation expressing T in terms of V. So it should be something saying T is equal to something something with V. So what's that equation? This is our equation. Now that we know the K value, this one, that so is T is equals to what's K? 1000, because we don't need K there, over V squared. So that's the equation, 1000 over V squared. I hope that's clear. Now find the values of A and B. So to find the A, put 4 in V. So T is equals to 1000 over V squared. So now this is 1000 over what's V squared? It's 4 squared. This is A. So my A is 1000 over 16. So what's the answer? It's 62.5. About the other one, B. So when T is 40, V is B. Let's find V. B multiply by B squared. Then you have 40. B squared is equals to 1000. Now divide both sides by 40. Then you have B squared is 1000 over 40. Take the square root on both sides. Then your B is going to be equals to 1000 over 40 is 45. Square root of that is 5. So this one is 5, this one is 62.5. Next question. The mass of an empty container is 275 grams. The mass of the container when it has a liquid in it, it's 400 grams. Empty to liquid, 4. The density of the liquid in, it's this one. Calculate the volume of the liquid in the container. Now, first things we need to find the mass of the liquid So the mass of the liquid is going to be the container plus the liquid mass, which is 400 minus 275, and this is going to give me 400 minus 275, it's 125. So density is equal to the mass over the volume. Now, since we are looking for volume, we can say volume is equal to the mass over the density. So the volume is equal to the mass over density. Let's substitute. So the mass is 125 and the density is 3.05. So the volume is equal to 125 over 3.05. The answer is 40.983656738. So the answer is 41.0 centimeter cube. Next question. At 9, both F, both G are 10 kilometers apart. The two boats are moving towards each other. Boat F travel at this speed, boat G travel at the constant speed. The boats pass each other after T hours. Boat F has traveled X kilometers when both pass each other. Express T in terms of X for boat F. Now let's try to extract the information here. We have got two boats here. There is a boat here and there is a boat here. And this one is F, this one is G. And then they are 10 kilometers apart at 9. So this one has a speed of 72. This one has a speed of 54, and this one is moving towards this one is moving towards that. So this one is faster. So now after T, now at time T, these boats are passing each other. So F has traveled X kilometers. So this one definitely has traveled 10 minus X. Now we are required to express the time T in terms of X for F. Which one is F? Is this one. So the speed is equal to the distance over the time. Now the time is T, distance over the speed. So the distance traveled is X, and then the speed is 72. So that's the time. T is equal to X over 72. Now express T in for both G. Same story. T is equal to the distance over the speed. So the distance traveled is 10 minus X over the speed is 54. 10 minus X over 54. Next question. Find the values of X and T. So now, given that we know that the times are the same, so the T for both F is X over 70, and the T for the other boat, that's G, it's 10 minus X over. So these ones are equal. So in other words, X over 72 is equal to 10 minus X over 54 multiplied by 54 multiplied by 72. multiplied by 54 multiplied by 72. This cancels this, then you have 54 x is equals to 72 into 10 minus x, and then you have your 54 x. This is equals to 720 minus 72 x. Take this to the other side. It's 54 plus 72 is equals to 720. So what's 64? 54 plus 72. So 126 x. This is equals to 720 over 126. So my x is equals to 720 divided by 126. This is 40 over 7. Then my t is equals to 40 over 7 divided by 72. So the t is equals to this one divided by 72. It's giving me 5 over 63. So this is 40 over 7. This is 5 over 63. Let's move into the next question. Still solving. This is simplify. This times that's 35. 5 times negative, that's negative 5x, plus 3 times x, that's 3x, plus 12 like terms. This and this are like terms. So let's start with this one. 35 minus 12 was 35 minus 12. This is 23. Error made. That's the correct solution. But this one, we need to simplify this one first. That's x squared plus 4x plus x minus 6 all over 2x plus 12. This is now equals to x squared plus 5x minus 6 over, let's factorize this one. We have a common factor 2 here, x plus 6. Let's also factorize the numerator. Factors of x, that's x, and x factors of 6, 6 and 1, 2 and 3. Then the sign here, it's negative. This is giving me 5, this is giving me 1. So I want where is 5, so it's 6 and 1. Then says this is negative. On to number C. This one we have a1. If there is something that's factorable, we will factorize it instantly. 1 minus x all over x plus 3. Let's flip here, that's a times, and then that's 3x into x plus 3 over 2. So that this one cancels that. Then you are left with 1 minus x all over 2 as your final answer. Next question, question number 10. Calculate the area of the triangle. To find the area of the triangle, we need two sides and an included angle. We need this side or this angle here. So it's up to us. If we can calculate this angle, we are going to use these two sides. If we can calculate this side, we are to use just that. Mind you, this is 5 marks. So let's try. This is a complete pair. Once you see a complete pair, just know the sine rule is the best to use there. Maybe let's find this angle here. This is an incomplete plus complete. That sign we are looking for. An angle, so the signs are on top. So sine A over the side opposite to A, it's 9. This is equals to sine 105 over 12.3. From there, multiplied by 9 on both sides of the equation, so that this one is gone. Then you have your sine A is equals to 9 sine 105 over 12.3. Then that means that your A is equals to arc sine 9 sine 105 over 12.3. Let's just use the calculator for this one. This fraction, arc sine, then the fraction 9 sine 105 over 12.3. The answer 4.97311. So this angle here is 45 degrees. So this angle here, if you round that one off, it's 45. It's going to be 180 minus 105 minus the 45 degrees. Well, I'm going to use the unrounded answer there. So I'm having 180 minus 105 minus the 44 point, which gives me a 30.026. I'm going to use it as it is without rounding off. So now the area, since now I have this angle as 30 degrees, two sides and an included angle. So the area is equals to half AB, A 12.3, B 9 sine 30.026. So now I'm having half A, that's 12.3, times 9 sine the 30.026 there. And the area I'm getting is 27.697,483, as you can see from the calculator there. So the area is 27.7 centimeters squared. The length of AB. So finding AB, still I can use the sine rule. Then let me use the cosine rule just for practice. Now having two sides there and the incomplete pair there. That is, I have an incomplete pair with the two sides. That's cosine. So AB squared is equals to the two sides 9 12.3 minus the two sides 9 12.3 cos 30.026. So this one is equals to, so I'm having 9 squared plus the 12.3 minus 2 times 9 times 12.3 cos, press this one, the 30.026. The answer is 40.603. Then square root, my AB is going to be equals to the square root, it's 6.37212106007. So the answer here is 6.37. Next question is question number 11. The circumference of base of a cone is that. The height of the cone is this. Find the volume. So the volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. Ouch. I have h, which is the height, but I don't have the radius, so I need to first find the radius. But then I'm told that the circumference C is equals to 2 pi r. it's 6 pi. This is equals to 2 pi. I'll divide this by 2 pi. Then R is equals to 3. So this means that this is 1 over 3 pi times 3 squared times the height 3.7. Then I'm going to get the volume there. So now the volume is going to be 1 over 3 pi times 3 times 3.7. The answer is 34.871678. So it's 34.9 cm cube, the slant height of the cone. So let's try to draw cone it something like this. I know this is 3 and I know this one is 3.7. So to find this, is more like I'm finding the hypotenuse from the Pythagorean theorem. So the slant height L is equals to, so it's L squared is equals to 3 squared plus 3.7 squared. So this is the square root of 3 squared plus 3.7 squared. So the answer is going to be the answer is 4.763. So this is 4.76 centimeters. Next question. That's question number 12. Volume of a sphere is this one. Calculate the surface area of the sphere. Volume of the sphere. Calculate the surface area of the sphere. Why 4 marks? Okay, now let's see. So the volume of a sphere, we need the radius first so that we can substitute it there. So the volume is equals to 4 on 3 pi r cubed. Now please avoid premature rounding. So to ensure that you are avoiding premature rounding here, so this one is 904.8 is equals to 4 over 3 pi r cubed. Multiply both sides by 3. You have 3 times 904.8 is equals to 4 pi r cubed. Divide this one by 4 pi. So the radius will be the cube root, to remove that power 3 there, of 3 times 904.8 over 4 pi. Me trying to write it like I'm trying not to put this thing in a calculator because I'd be tempted to round off. Then so the surface area is 4 pi r, that's the cube root of 3 times 904.8 over 4 pi. This one is squared. So putting everything as is in a calculator, I'll get the full marks there. So let's put it where 4 pi plus 4 pi into the cube root of 3 times 904.8 over 4 pi. This one is squared. There you go. That's the answer. 452.39644734441. Then correct to 3 significant figures. That's 1, 2, 3. So it's 452 centimeters squared. Next question, number B. We have question on similarity there. Let's deal with it. Two solids are similar. It means that they are linked by a scale factor. Now the volume of G is this. The height of solid G is 2x. Then the height of solid h is this one. So if we were to say g over h, that's the scale factor is 2x over 3x. Now x cancels x, then this is 2 over 3. That's their linear scale factor. But now that I'm linking volume, so the volume will be 2 over 3, but now this is to the power of 3 because I'm talking from linear to volume. So this is equals to, which one is g? G is the one on top, so it's 4 over h is the one I'm looking for. It's the bigger one. So 2 cubed, that's 8. 3 cubed, that's 27. This is equals to 424 over x. So x is equals to, maybe let me go step by step. So that's 8x is equals to 27 times 4 over 8. So that my x is equals to, let's bring in our calculator. (27 times 424 over 8). Answer 1431. 1431. That's the answer. Let's move on to the next question, number 13. Question number 13. This is a question on calculus. The equation of the curve is y is equals to x cubed minus 2x squared minus 9x. Find the equation of the tangent. Now, to find the equation of a tangent, you need two things. The point P, it's already there, 2, negative 18, and the gradient, which is not there. And to find the gradient, you need to find the first derivative and substitute the value of x into the first derivative. Let's do just that. The first derivative from this one, it's x cubed. The derivative of x cubed, the coefficient there is 3 times 1, that's 3. And then you have x to the power 3 minus 1. Next one, you have a negative 2 times 2, that's a negative 4. X to the power 2 minus 1. And then the last one, since there is no power, the power is 1 there. So it's minus 9. 9 times 1 is 9. X to the power 1 minus 1. Well, this one is not necessary. Then you have 3x squared minus 4x. Then x to the power 0 is 1. And then 9 times 1, it's 9. So this is minus 9. Well, x to the power 0, it's not always 1. But let's ignore that for now. Let's just say the derivative of 9x is 9. How it gets there, that's a story for another day. Now let's substitute 2 into that equation so that we can find the gradient. It's 3 into 2 squared minus 4 times 2 minus 9. What's the answer? Let's use our calculator. It's 3 times 2 squared, it's 4. 3 times 2 squared is 4. Minus 4 times 2 minus 9. The answer here is negative 5. Now that we have the gradient and the point y is equals to mx plus c. Then we have, let's substitute value of y, it's negative 18 is equals to the gradient, it's negative 5. And then x, it's 2 plus c. So this one is negative 18 is equals to negative 10. Now if you add 10 on both sides, you will get that c is equals to negative 8. Then your y is equals to minus 5x minus. Next question. Find the x coordinates of the turning points. 5 good marks. So to find the x values at the turning points, you need to equate the first derivative to 0. Why? That's where the graph, it's neither increasing nor decreasing. So that's where the graph has a gradient of 0. For example, the graph of this function is going to look something like this. So along this line, the gradient is positive. But up here, the gradient is 0. Because this line is just like that. If you were to draw a tangent here, you are going to draw something like that. Then along this line from here going this side, the gradient is negative. Then from here, the gradient is 0 because the tangent will look something like that. And then similarly this side, the gradient is positive. Basically, we are looking for the x values at this point and the x value at that point. So we need to say the first derivative is equals to 0. Now what was our first derivative? The first derivative was 3x squared minus 4x minus from this one here. This is equals to 0. Now let's just use the quadratic formula for this one. X is equals to negative b, that's negative 4, plus minus the square root of b squared, negative 4 squared minus 4a, and then c is negative 9. Now I'm writing on the examiner's side, don't do that. And then over to a. Now let's simplify just a little. This is 4 plus minus the square root. Let's use a calculator for everything that's under the square root there. We're having a negative 4 squared minus 4a is 3 times negative 9. The answer is 124 over 6. So the first one, just use a calculator for everything there. We're having a 4 plus the square root of 124 over 6. The first answer there is 2.52. And then the other answer, change this to negative, is negative 1.19, like that. Next question, that's question number B. Well, question number B was somehow tricky, but it was not completely tricky, just somehow. Already you are given the first derivative there, 27 minus 3x squared. And then you are told these 2 points are the stationary points or the turning points. You need to determine whether each of them is a minimum or a maximum. Now, someone might try to act clever here and say, this is 54. This is negative 54. So this one is higher than this one. That's obviously correct. And then you might be tempted to, without even a working, and just come here and write that A, it's a maximum, and B, it's a minimum. The working is not there. To determine whether a point is a minimum or a maximum, we need to use the second derivative test, which says if the second derivative is negative less than 0, that point will become a maximum. Similarly, if the second derivative is positive greater than 0, that point will be a minimum. Why is this happening? If the second derivative is negative, this is telling you that your graph is concaving down like that. So you will have a maximum point there. Same applies to when the second derivative is positive. You will have a graph that is concaving up, and you will have a minimum point there at the stationary point. So let's use the first, find the second derivative here. the derivative of 27 is 0 because derivative of a constant is 0. Now negative 3 x squared, the derivative, it's negative 3 times 2, it's negative 6. X to the power 2 minus 1 is power 1. Now from there, let's check point A. We have x being 3, so that's negative that time. So the answer here is negative 18. So since this one is negative, then the point is a maximum. Similarly, second derivative equals to negative 6 times now at B, it's negative 3. So this one is positive. Since this is positive, now that point is a minimum. Make sure that working is clearly shown. Next question. Probability. Once again, 3 letters are picked at random from the letters of the word attendant. The 3 letters are placed next to each other in the order they are thrown. Now find the probability that these letters are going to spell T. So basically, let's treat this thing as a tree diagram. It's going to be a lot. Oh, it doesn't matter. A, T, E, N, D, A. Like that. I want to get AT. If AT is thrown, then I want to get an E. Once an E is thrown, I want to get an A. Like that. Now what's the probability of getting T from this word? How many T's do we have? 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 over how many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 over 9. Now once one T is lost, how many E's do we have there? We have got 1 E. But since 1 T, 1 letter is, then the total is now 8. Come to this one. How about A? A, we have 2 of them. 1, 2. Now we have lost 2 letters here, which means from 9 we are left with 7. So the probability of getting the letters T, E, A is going to be 3 over 9 multiplied by 2 over 7 multiplied by 1 over 8. Let me punch it as it is. 3 over 9 times 2 over 7 times 1 over 8. The answer is 1 over 80, 84. So now on question number B, you are required to find the probability that none of the letters is not T. T must not be on the outcome. So let's try to construct the tree diagram. Now on question number B, none of the letters is T. So we're expecting something like this. The probability that the first letter now, maybe let's write it like this, first letter, this one is not T. So out of the 9 letters, how many T's do we have? We have 3 of them. So it's 9 minus the 3 T's over a total of how many letters? Over a total of 9 letters there. Now for the second letter, we're having a total of 1 letter is already gone. What we know is that it's not 80. So it's going to be now a total of 8 cards. Still we have a total number of 3 of those over 8. And this is giving me, maybe let's simplify, 9 minus 3 is 6 over 9. Then 8 minus 3 is 5 over 8. Then the third letter, similarly, it's going to be 7 minus 3 over 7, which is giving me a 4 over 7. So now the probability of no T is equals to 6 over 9 multiplied by 5 over 8 multiplied by 4 over 7. Now let's use our calculator for that. Should I say 6 times 5 times 4, giving me 120 over 9 times 8 times 7, giving me 504. Can we simplify this? 120 divided by 504 simplifies to 5 over 21. That's the final answer for this one. Let's move into the next question. Statistics. You are given a frequency table here, and then you are told from the key that this statue represents 5 people. So here you have 5 people. For this one you have 5 people. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12 times 5 people. Here you are having 3 groups of 5 people. Here you are having a single group of 5 people. Now, like that. So this is giving me 5. This is 15. 12 times 5. I think it's 60. This one is giving me 15, and this one is giving me a total of 5. Now you are required to complete this cumulative frequency. So the first one is going to be 5. 5 plus 15 is 20. 20 plus 60 is 80. Now 80 plus 15 is 95. 95 plus that's 100. So what's missing? It's 5, 20, 80, like that. Next question. Draw a cumulative frequency curve. So now from 10 we are at 5. Let's plot. So to plot the cumulative frequency, we need our results here. Now from 10 to 20, it's at 5, which means the last point here, 20, 5, it's going there. And 20 to 40, at 40, it's at 20, it's there. And then at 85, before 85 we have 70, 80, 70 goes to 80, there you go. Then 85, 95, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, it means it's 1, 2, it's here. That's 80. So 85, 1, 2 is here, comma, 95, that's 90, 92, 94, 95, it's there. And the last one at 100, it goes to 100. So your cumulative frequency curve, it's a smooth curve, this one, passing through the points. Then we need to zero this one, like that. And we are done. Find an estimate of the median. So for the median, it's going to be half of the frequency. It's 100 plus 1. This is giving me 50.5. So at 50, it's 51, 50.5, it's between here. Throws back to there, that's the median. It's 50, 2, 4, 6. So this one is 56. Interquartile range, we need Q1 and Q3. So for Q1, it's 1 over 4 into 100 plus 1. that is giving me, let's use calculator for that, 101 over 4, 25.25. Let's go and trace. It's 25.25, it's somewhere there. Then let's try to trace. This one goes down to this point there, which is 42. Q3 is 3 over 4 into 100 plus 1. So this is giving me 3 over 4 into 100 plus 1, 75.75. This is 75.75. Now let's go and trace. This is 75 here, 0.75. It's just slightly above here. Let's trace. So this one is going to come down to 68. So the interquartile range is equal to Q3 minus Q1. So 68 minus 42 is 26. Like that. And that was our last question on this paper. Thank you for staying tuned. Watch out for more.